Greetings, Jamie here from Impeccable Indigos, and this is a somewhat overdue introductory video to the third indigo here in the collection, and this is Noir. A little overdue because she was in blue when I went to shoot it originally, and then had to wait for that, and then had to feed her and give her a couple of days to settle down. Anyway, Noir was hatched August of 21, same time as Othello, and Noir, like Iris, was produced by Robert Bruce, and she is a black phase, and man, she's about as black as an indigo could be. You can see there's just a touch of white under her chin, and that's about it. Other than that, she is jet black, and when she was hatched, there was no white speckling between the scales. She's absolutely jet black. She's pretty fresh out of a shed, just a few days. You can't really see much iridescence here because we're not directly in the sunlight. And she's now at about 400 grams, whereas Othello, who's the same age, is at about 600, and that's primarily because as a male he's growing faster and he's going to end up bigger. Now it might end up that she's a little on the small side and he's a little on the big side. He might be. I have my suspicions because of his pace of growth, but in the end, males with dry mark on are always bigger than the females anyway, which is not really typical for most snake species. So she has tremendously good nature in handling. She totally settles in my hands, as you can see here. But females are often a little more flighty than males, and she does exhibit that actually in some ways. She's a little jumpy around food, depending on how you present it to her. If she has any sense of being out of your hands, you put her down and she turns into a racer. And unlike the other two, whom I can put in our snake playground that you may have seen on the Instagram, and eventually maybe I'll make a video about that. But I can't put her on that, and I can't put her down out in the lawn yet because she just immediately starts to take off. So every snake has a different nature. Especially among these dry markon and among these indigo snakes that have really distinct personalities. But in my hands, she's really terrific. She's very curious and attentive. And in some ways, maybe the most actively curious as compared to Iris, who's pretty damn curious, and Othello, who's not as much. But Noir always seems to be immediately interested in her surroundings. Now, I said that she's a black phase, so Eastern Indigos come in two phases, the red chin and the black. The black have become a little more popular in recent years. I really love the reds first and foremost myself, but I like both, which is why I have both. Some breeders believe that the black phase is a heterozygous trait, so you match up with a pairing of that and you get black, but some breeders are not certain about that because the fact of the matter is no matter how you combine the parents, you're generally going to throw a mix of some sort of reds and blacks. I've also been told by some that although that's true, if you match black to black, you'll get deeper blacks or more consistently blacks because there's always some variation in that little bit of remaining color. I suspect in the next year, with new genetic testing, we may answer that mystery about the red face and the black face. But it's widely acknowledged that you could breed red to red, red to black, black to black, and you're still going to throw mixed clutches of some reds and some blacks. There's a real good look at her. Isn't she beautiful? She is a pretty, pretty girl. And when She's the third of the group here that I'm introducing to you. I'm still waiting on two 2020 babies that when they're here, I will end up with my 2.3 plan, 2 males, 3 females, which will actually mean a pair of blacks and a trio, 1 black, 2 reds, 1 male, 2 females on the red side. That's the eventual plan. And that kind of gives me a little bit of a backup, because if I turns out, despite that plan, a black pair and a red trio, if one of those males turns out to be not very good at his job, I can still breed the other male across all the females, at least in theory. That's the plan, that's the hope. We'll see in the next few years, and I hope you keep up and watch developments here at the Impeccable Indigos group. Anyway, please subscribe, please comment, please tell us in the comments what you'd like to see in future videos, and also check out the Instagram, Impeccable Indigos, and especially the website, www.impeccableindigos.com, which has all sorts of resources and a very extensive guide to husbandry for Eastern Indigos, Drymarchon Cooperi, and Drymarchon in general, all the indigos and the crebos, which require pretty much the same husbandry. But we love indigos. So, bye-bye for now from Noir and Jamie from Impeccable Indigos. Thanks for watching.